y'all, it's your girl Angel Sunshine, and I'm here today with a message because Spirit said you need to hear this. And whatever it is you need to hear when it comes down to love, you know you can find that right here on my TikTok and my YouTube. I want to thank everybody for the likes this year, the subscribe, the support to my channel. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, please do so. For the full videos that I post here, I only post 15 minutes of what I go live talking about here, and the rest is on YouTube. If you would like to follow me for weekly horoscopes, you can also follow me on Lemonade. I give weekly horoscopes for all signs. And I am going to start posting horoscope videos on YouTube, but I got to get to that. So anyway, y'all, let's jump on into the reading. Let's see what it is that Spirit wants you to know today when it comes down to love. Take what resonate, leave what don't. If you would like to donate, you could donate by hearting this video, sharing, commenting. You will also send gifts through TikTok, or you could cash at me at SunshineNeek91. The donation is $1.11. All right, y'all, let's jump on into it. What's the overall energy for the collective and the person that they're dealing with? The overall energy for today's reading. So we got settling, and then we got fated to be alone. So collective, you may feel like when it comes down to certain connections that you settling, or maybe you don't want to settle because you feel like when it comes down to connections, it's not exactly what you're looking for. You may find yourself in relationships or situationships where it's the same thing over and over. It's like you meeting a different person, but the same spirit in a different body. And I know a lot of people that go through that. You leave one relationship, right, to get to another relationship, for that relationship to remind you of the person that you just got out of a relationship with. So you may be in the energy of feeling like you settling, or you don't want to settle for that. Like, that it's something more out there when it comes down to love and romance for you. That it's a possibility that you could actually get what you want, or you could actually find a good husband or a good wife. And let me tell y'all, it's good men out there and it's good women. Don't let situations that you've been through, or, heartbreaks that you've been through, or betrayals that you've been through, to make you feel like you got to settle, or make you feel like it's what you want is not out there, because it is out there. I'm speaking from experience. You may fall a couple of times. You may trip a couple of times. You may find yourself in situations where you feel heartbroken a couple of times, but all of this is lessons. It's not happening to you to stop you, but to help you, make better choices and decisions. So I'm getting this energy, collective, that you gave up on love because maybe you feel like you meant to be by yourself, or maybe you feel like it's nobody out there for you. But I'm here to tell you that there is somebody out there for you. And the moment you change your perspective on relationships is the moment this person is going to come towards you, And I feel like, collective, you could have stayed in relationships, and don't feel bad, because I was you too, collective, where I stayed in relationships longer than I should have stayed in it. I stayed in relationships that I knew I should have left when I found out what I found out, but like I said, I settled, and when you settle for something, it's not for you to beat yourself up, or, to feel like you're not strong enough. Like I said, you don't learn something until you go through it. So I just feel like whoever you're dealing with, collective, you don't really feel safe with this person. This person may remind you of somebody from your past, and it's getting to the point where you feel like it's nobody out there for you. But I'm here to let you know it is, Give me more on settling. Why is that here for the collective? Why don't the collective feel safe with the person that they currently with? Or they feel like they just settling? So we got cosmic nudges and really committed this time. So collective, intuitively, whoever this person is that you're dealing with, you need to move on from this person. That you don't really feel safe with this person. You've been getting signs that you need to move on from this person. You know what I learned, collective? We see the signs, but then we go and try to go over everything, or we try to go over a reason why it's not a sign, or a reason why we should ignore what we feeling, or a reason why we should stay. I think all humans do that. It's a human thing. But when it comes down to certain stuff in life, you have to follow what you feeling, especially when it comes to connections, and feeling like when you ready to make a choice, like if you feel like you want to leave somebody or you want to go start something new, you have to follow what it is that you feel in order to, get the right direction into where you going. So you may feel like being with this person is you settling, like, because you know that it's something better out there for you. And I'm getting the feeling that you are getting intuitive nudges about this. You've been seeing signs. The answers is all around you. But like I said, sometimes we try to act like we don't see certain stuff, because we want to feel comfortable or we feel better where we at, knowing that we deserve something better. You deserve somebody that's really committed, that's in it for the long run. That's the type of person you could be, Collective. Like, you're not getting in relationships for fun. When you young and you be dating and you do little stuff, that's different. But I feel like, Collective, you in the energy now where you looking for a husband, or you looking for a wife, or you looking for somebody to build a home with, raise your children with. This is the type of energy you in now. And at a certain age, this is the type of energy you supposed to get in. Somebody you could grow old with, somebody you could laugh at, memories with. So you entering the phase in your life where, you ready to be committed to somebody. Your playing days is over. So it's like you could be with somebody right now that's not really committed, or somebody that's playing games with you. I just feel like you're not in the energy of playing games no more when it comes down to love and relationships. You feel me? You in this energy where you ready to build, or you ready to give your good energy to somebody, or you ready to show somebody how loyal it could get, or how loyal you could be. You ready to build with somebody, you ready to save with somebody, you ready to invest in somebody. This is the type of energy you in right now. And I feel like whoever this is that you dealing with, they not on the same, they not vibing with you on that type of energy. And you know it. You feel it. You see it. You trying to act like you don't see it. Don't feel bad, because I used to be like that too. But you are intuitively being nudged to move on from whoever this person is, because you deserve better. Why settle for crumbs when you deserve the whole pie? So I'm getting at you a loyal person, and loyalty deserves loyalty. Loyalty don't deserve anything other than loyalty. And you want to be in a connection where you committed for the long run, not just for now or next week, or to look good on social media. You want the real deal, the real thing. And you may have given up on that after all of the connections you've been through, and heartbreaks you've been through, and backstabs you've been through. But I'm here to let you know that who you looking for is out there, Collective. You just have to follow what you feel. There are signs that's leading you to this person. There are signs that's leading this person to you. But as long as you continue to settle for what you know you don't deserve, or as long as you continue to settle for a disloyal man or a disloyal woman, you'll never meet the person that God really has for you, because he's not going to bring you to who you meant to be with if you can't realize when something ain't good for you, or when or you can't realize that settling isn't the way. Like, I'm not settling for nothing. If I could get what it is that I know I deserve, I'm gonna go out there and find it. If I gotta go to the end of the world to search for it, I'm gonna find it. You heard? But settling for a cheater, or settling for somebody that's not loyal to me back, or settling for somebody that's not expressing how they feel to me, or settling for somebody that's simmering in their childhood wounds, or they not choosing to heal, that's settling. I'm not settling for nothing, because at the end of the day, Collective, you know what you deserve. And what you deserve is somebody that's really committed, just like you are. Somebody that's in it for a long run, just like you are. And like I said, we don't always have the answers, but intuitively, energy, it never lies. So when you feel something, or you feel like you need to move on, or you feel like you settling, don't ignore that. That is a sign. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need to do some self-introspection. Whatever it is that you need to do, Collective, do it. But don't act like you don't feel it. Don't act like you don't see it. Don't act like you don't feel like you settling. Because it was times I felt like I deserve better than this. That's when you start loving yourself. You start seeing, like, wait a minute, I don't deserve no half-ass person, or I don't deserve crumbs when I'm out here giving out beautiful pies baked with cherry and apple. You know, the pies that I'm serving out here is finger licking good, and when it's my go, people giving me crumbs from the pie. Feel me? What could a crumb do for you? It couldn't even fill you up when you hungry. Feel me, collective? So I'm getting a notation that you need to stop settling for crumbs when you deserve the whole pie. You know, you deserve the whole pie, and you can have the whole pie, and don't allow what happened to you in the past to make you feel like you don't deserve the whole pie. You deserve exactly what you know you deserve, because you know what you're putting out there. And the Holy Spirit know what you deserve as well. That's why you getting those feelings. I need to move on, or I need to let this go, or I need to stop opening up to this person, or maybe I'm giving too much. That's signs. Those are signs that we need to follow. And I'm speaking from experience, y'all. So like I said, whoever this is you dealing with, collective, you may be starting to feel like you settling, or you don't really feel safe with this person, or you feel like this person ain't right for you, That's what you feel, and that's what you need to follow. Don't act like you don't feel it. Don't act like you don't see it. That's how people end up in stuff that they not supposed to be in. Real shit. Give me more on Faded to Be Alone. And then collective, you could be getting this in like, fuck it, I don't even want to be with nobody no more. I'm just better off being single. And don't feel bad for that, because when you single, it's less problems, less stuff to worry about. Or you ain't got to worry about nobody cheating on you or messing around on you or backstab. Just being single just sounds so much easier, right? Don't it? But the easiest way is always the hardest way. You heard? And as much as you want to act like you don't need nobody or you meant to be by yourself, I'm here to tell you that God made somebody for everybody. It's somebody for everybody. It is. So don't never feel like you was fated to be alone, or I ain't gonna never find. I know how y'all feel, because that's how I used to feel. You giving up on love, because it's like every time I open up to somebody, I get hurt. Or every time I trust somebody, I get hurt. Or every time I'm loyal to somebody, they not giving me back the loyalty I'm giving them. Or every time I offer somebody an apple pie, they giving me crumbs to their pie. Feel me, collective? But you don't have to feel like you fated to be alone, because nobody is fated to be alone on this earth. I'm speaking from experience. We all have a partner that was sent here to ride it out with us. But before that partner could be brought in your life, you gotta love yourself. You gotta know when you settling. You gotta know when somebody giving you crumbs. You gotta know when it's time to leave the relationship. You have to know these things. Because when you learn these things, this is how you're going to bump into the person you were supposed to be with. Don't never feel like you was fated to be alone, because that's not true. And I always say this. You could have all the money in the world. You could be the richest person in the world. But if you ain't got nobody to go home to and talk about your day to, you ain't got nobody to go home and eat a good meal with, you ain't got nobody to go home and talk about your future plans with, all that money and all of that stuff don't mean nothing. If you ain't got nobody to go home to and love. You heard? Love is more important than money. Understand that, collective. So there is somebody for everybody. It is. Give me more on Faded to Be Alone while I stay here for the collective. Look, safe love. You want to be with somebody that you feel safe with. I'm hearing Cardi B safe. She was just saying in the song, like, I just want to feel safe. She was like, don't play games with me. She said, you could take me anywhere, just don't take me for granted. I think that was another song. But it's like, you looking for somebody you could open up to and be safe to, somebody you could trust, somebody you could build a family, but you feeling like you not finding that out here. You can't find your person. That's how you feel. Somebody you could be safe with, somebody that feels like home to you, and you starting to feel like you never gonna find that. But I'm telling you, collective, I'm speaking from experience. You will find the person that's for you. I'm telling you, I'm not just getting up here saying this to make you feel better. I'm speaking from experience. You know how many people broke my heart, backstabbed me, they slept with my family, they slept with my friends, people I was dealing with, I was dating. How you gonna go sleep with my cousin? How you gonna go have a whole family with my cousin? Or as a friend, how you gonna, if I'm calling you my best friend, why am I seeing texts of you texting the person that I'm dealing with. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff when it comes down to relationships and even friendships. Like, I've been through a lot of things, and I never gave up on love. I mean, one time I did feel like, this is why I'm able to tell y'all. One time I did feel like it was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be by myself. Like, it don't even make no sense to be out here trying to be loyal to somebody, or because you getting stabbed in your back, and fuck it, I'm gonna just be by myself until God sent my husband to me. I'm just telling y'all the truth. He sent my husband to me. Now here's the guy that, let me tell y'all, before I met my husband, I never showed my feet. And my feet ain't ugly, y'all. I never showed my feet. One time when I was a little girl, somebody teased me so bad about my feet that it really messed with my self-confidence. That growing up, I didn't show my feet. I'm telling y'all, I only showed my feet in the house. Then I met my husband. I'm telling y'all, and this is how I knew something was different about him. I followed the signs when it came down to him, because I'm like, he said something to me about my feet or whatever. And it made me start wearing my feet out. Like, let me show y'all. I got on flip-flops now. Look. I got on flip-flops now. I never used to show my feet. I didn't start showing my feet till I got with the boy. And it was something that he said to me that made me feel confident enough to, like, Shaniqua, show your feet. It's not, so I'm like, who is this man? Because nobody never, like, made me feel like, oh, I could show my feet. Or nobody never made me feel confident enough to show my feet. I know it sounds funny, y'all, but I'm just trying to show y'all, like, how you gonna know. Then, this how I knew, too, with him. When I met him, I'm the type of person, I never drink tea. My mother tried to get me to drink tea since I was a little girl. I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea at all, y'all. Till I met him. I was sick one day. He was like, you need to drink some tea. I'm like, I don't drink tea. I drink hot chocolate. These the signs y'all got to pay attention to. I'm just trying to help y'all out. I was like, I drink hot chocolate. He was like, no, I know a tea you gonna like. So I'm like, it's no tea that you about to give me that I'ma like. I don't like tea. I'm not, I was that type of person. Like, if I didn't like it, I didn't like it. Why this boy got the tea, the raspberry tea? I still love that tea to this day, y'all. That tea was so good. He was like, I got a tea you gonna like. And I started drinking tea after that. So not only did he get me to start showing my feet, but he got me to drink tea. These are things that nobody in this world could have ever did. I'm serious, y'all. And that's how I knew. I started asking questions like, who is this person? Who is this guy? Where did he come from? Not just his appearance, but his energy. Nobody never came around me and made me feel like I wanted to show my feet. Nobody never came around me and made me feel like I wanted to drink tea. My mother couldn't even get me to drink tea. I only showed my feet in the house. Who are you? So those are the signs that y'all need to follow. It be little stupid stuff like that. It's not stupid, but you understand what I'm saying, collective? It be stuff you know that you just not jacking, and then somebody come along and change your perspective on it, or make you feel comfortable enough to do it. So when those things started happening, I was like, maybe I am meant to be with this boy. Or, I took my time with my husband. We knew each other for years, since teenagers, but I still took my time because of all the stuff that I went through when it came down to relationships. But I still did keep an open heart, and I followed the signs. I followed the signs that was there for me. When I first met my husband, it was like I knew him already. That was a sign. I'm just trying to give y'all examples of what the signs could be. Follow what you feel. Follow what you see. Don't let nobody come telling you this, that, and the third, and the fourth. What do you see, collective? So you just in this energy where you don't want no more drama. Look, you want peaceful vibes when it comes down to a connection. You don't want no drama. You don't want nothing toxic. You want a connection where your mind could be clear and your heart could be clear. And it is connections out there like this. Don't let nobody think that make you think it's only toxic connections and you're never gonna find a safe love. And no, you will find a safe love. The moment you realize that you don't deserve crumbs. Straight up. You will find exactly what you're looking for. And it will find you too. Once you realize that you don't have to settle. You don't deserve crumbs. You heard, collective? So let me get y'all a closing card. I truly hope y'all enjoyed this reading. I'm back. I graduated last week. Work is over this week, so I'm going to be here for the summer. Spilling knowledge and gems. Make sure y'all hit that follow button. I got time this summer for my TikTok. I do. And my YouTube. I got time this summer for my platforms. I work every summer. Not this summer, though, y'all. I go to school every summer. Not this summer, y'all. So I'm going to put this energy into, my platforms, into, oh, sorry, y'all. My thing fell. I'm going to put my time and energy into, hold on, y'all. This thing done fell into, because I'm going to school to be a forensic psychologist. So I'm going to be studying that, working on my book, and, getting up here giving y'all the information y'all need when it comes down to it. I am going to upload a video today. But that's probably later, though. But let me get a closing call for the collective. I truly hope y'all enjoyed this reading. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. And remember what I said, collective. You ain't got to settle. Don't, just because you feel like it ain't nobody out there don't mean you got to stay with somebody for the rest of your life. No, don't do that, collective. Don't do it. Let me get a closing card. Let me get a closing card for the collective. So the closing card we got is stuck in the past. Stuck in the past. Let go of your ex completely. That's why I said, collective, whoever your ex is or whoever this person is, whoever hurt you, let that go. Because if you don't let it go, every person you get with, that energy going to show up in them. That's why I said that at the beginning of this reading. You could get in a relationship with somebody with a different face, different skin tone, and they have the same energy as your ex. You be like, well, what the hell? I thought I just left somebody like this. And you find yourself in the same exact, God bless you too. Somebody said, God bless you. God bless you too. But you find yourself in the same situation again because you stuck in the past. Forget them people that hurt you, collective. Forget that ex that cheated on you. Forget that man that you gave everything to and they shoved it back in your face. Forget that woman that went around sleeping with your friends. That wasn't there to keep you stuck. It was there to teach you a lesson. It was there to show you what's out there in the world. It was there to show you that when you do get in your next connection, that you got to set boundaries. So you need to release the past. Because the more you hold on to this ex or whoever this person is that hurt you, is the more they're going to body jump into every person you get with. Till you finally stand up and say, you know what? I don't deserve this. And then that energy can't come back. Feel me? Look, we got fear, loneliness. This came out again. This is a different day. Nobody want to be lonely, collective. Don't feel bad. Nobody want to be lonely. But at the end of the day, can you be lonely? Can you sit with yourself? Can you hug yourself? Can you talk to yourself? No, we don't want to be lonely, but can you be lonely? That's the thing when it comes down to connections. Once you let a person know, listen, I don't really need this. I got myself. I'm with you because I want to be with you. I'm with you because I want a relationship. Or I'm with you because I want to be with somebody. But I could be by myself. So never fear loneliness, collective. Never fear spending time with yourself. And then we got too busy. Collective, you could be somebody you try to keep yourself busy to keep your mind on stuff or. But that's not an excuse not to get out there and date. These cards is telling y'all to get back out there and date. Get out there. I ain't got to make this up and say you use being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. That's because you trying not to think about who backstabbed you. You're not trying to think about how loyal you was to somebody. Those things happen because they needed to happen so you could know that there's people out there like that. It didn't happen to keep you stuck. It didn't happen to... And look, it say love's the answer. Love is the answer to everything. Not money. You heard? God is love. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. Collective, once you get this spending time with yourself and really getting to know yourself, I really feel like the person that you're supposed to be with is gonna come flying in, and you're not gonna believe it, because I didn't believe it. I still don't believe it right now. I'm gonna be, but it's like, how much questioning of my husband am I gonna ask when the facts is in front of my face, or the years? The years speak for. It's like, Shaniqua, how much questions you? So don't feel bad, collective, when you find yourself asking questions, because I still ask questions too. Sorry, y'all. This thing keep falling. Anyway, I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I truly hope y'all enjoyed this reading. Thanks for the likes, the shares, and the subscribe. This video will be up, 15 minutes of it. The rest of it will be on YouTube. I will be going live again later, and I will be posting another video. I really do hope y'all enjoy your day. And don't give up on love, collective. Don't give up.